Hey guys, it's Anna, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a 10-minute stretch for flexibility. This is more of an intermediate routine, so if you're a beginner, I recommend following along to one of my beginner routines instead, and I'll leave those linked down in the description. Even though this routine is only 10 minutes long, if you do it every day, you should definitely see an improvement in your flexibility. So let's get started. For the first half of this routine, we're going to be doing some hip and leg stretches, starting with plies while reaching down to touch the ground. During the plies, make sure that you're standing with your feet at least shoulder width apart, and also make sure that your feet and legs are fully turned out. Next, we're going to sit down and go into a butterfly stretch. In your butterfly stretch, push your legs towards the ground to feel a deeper stretch in your hips. Next, straighten out both legs into as wide of a straddle as you can do. Now that you're in the straddle, reach one arm over to the side opposite to it. Now reach over to the opposite side. For the next stretch, we're going to be doing a lunge. In this stretch, you should be trying to push your back thigh towards the ground. Now slide as far down into the splits as you can. If you can't do a full split yet, then try lifting your arms off of the ground to sink even deeper into your split. Now bend in your front leg to feel a deeper stretch in your outer hip. Once you've bent in the front leg, reach back to grab your back leg as well and pull that in to feel a deep stretch in your back thigh. Now, starting with the lunge, we're going to repeat all of those leg stretches on the other side. Remember in your lunge to push your back thigh towards the ground to get the most benefit from this stretch. Now slide as far into a split as you can and lift up your arms if you can't do the full split.
If you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby.
And finally, bend in the front and the back leg.
While you're going on about your simple life, nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
Now we're going to move on to some back stretches, starting with a bridge. If you have not done a bridge before, to get up into it, just lay on your back and bend your arms and your legs, and then straighten out both your arms and your legs while lifting up your hips. Then once you're in the bridge, try to push your chest back to feel a deep stretch in your shoulders and your back.
Inside all that greatness and all of your adventures, you're all alone.
Now try to walk your hands and feet even closer together in your bridge. This is completely optional, but if you can get your feet and hands to be almost touching in your bridge and you would like a bit of a challenge, try grabbing onto your ankles to go into a teardrop.
Left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, you're undying.
You can now come out of the bridge and reach forward into a forward fold while pulling your chest towards your shins.
With these humble lacking everlasting ego. Oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes.
For an even deeper stretch, you can try grabbing onto your ankles and pulling your chest back. Now step your hands and feet a bit further apart and go into a downward dog while trying to push your shoulders and heels towards the ground.
Couldn't face the truth that maybe you're just not that nice and humble kind. That would be a lie. Go on, blow up your ego, you're undeniable.
From the stretch, go down onto your stomach and then arch back as far as you can while straightening out your arms to go into a seal stretch.
With these humble lacking everlasting ego. Oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. Oh, here it goes, oh, here it goes, oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. With these humble lacking.
Now we're going to do almost the same stretch, except you're going to grab onto your ankles. If you already feel a stretch with your legs bent, that's completely fine, just stay there. But if you would like an even deeper stretch, you can straighten out your legs like we did in the last stretch. Now go into a child's pose, except keeping your hips up. In this, you should be feeling a stretch in your shoulders as well as a bit of a stretch in your back. The next stretch we're going to do is called cat-cow, so basically you're going to go on your hands and knees and arch back as far as you can and then contract. Now come up onto your knees and we're going to do a knee bridge. And for the final stretch, we're going to do a child's pose. And that's it for this stretching routine, so I hope it helps you improve your flexibility. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can click here to watch my most recent video. To subscribe to my channel, just click here, and don't forget to press on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload any new videos. Bye guys!